Your grandmother playing matchmaker, realizing your family's more important than your career, and two strangers find themselves in an unexpected situation. It's all happening here at AfterBuzz TV. Stay tuned.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hello.
Just us today.
Yeah, it's just us too, but we're excited. We're here.
We're holding it down, don't worry.
We got ya. All right, welcome AfterBuzzers and Hallmarkies to the Countdown to Christmas After Show. Tonight we're breaking down Picture a Perfect Christmas. I'm your host, Chelsie Overocker, and I'm joined by the lovely Haley J here, who is just a lover of Christmas and was a longtime believer of the Santa Claus.
You know, I may have gotten into a few fights in 4th grade about the whole situation, but yes, I'm here, ready to go, ready to have another week of Christmas Hallmark movies. We're doing, what are we doing? Picture a Perfect Christmas.
Picture a Perfect Christmas. All right, let's get it going. For tonight, we're going to have our discussion of the movie, and then we're going to have our Hallmark Essential Checklist. This is a checklist that we came up with that we feel like every Hallmark movie has. It's a pattern, and we're going to rate it to see if this movie follows the same guideline. And then Haley's going to go ahead and give us gift-giving ideas for tonight that you might want to get for your family because the holidays are around the corner.
These are actually so helpful because
they are.
Researching for you guys, I'm getting all the ideas myself, so.
Perfect. And Princess isn't here tonight, but she would love this with her spreadsheet idea.
Right?
Yes.
We can add it to the list.
We can add it to the list. Okay, let's get into this
Do
movie.
it.
What was your overall thoughts?
I thought this was a really sweet one. I liked her character also more than some of the characters I've seen in the past.
Mm-hmm.
She was a little bit more blunt, a little bit more outspoken, and I just thought that she was a confident woman, and I think that came across in the very first scene of meeting her.
Mm-hmm.
Even when we talk about our Hallmark checklist, once we did it the first time, watching these movies back, I'm just like, oh my gosh, that's so spot on of what we talked about with the checklist. But their encounter when David and Sophie first meet, it was like the last movie that we watched where they had this encounter of I think you're someone, you think I'm someone, and it's this weird let's figure out that we're not who we thought each other was type thing.
Yes.
But immediately she kind of called him out and, you know, she wasn't playing his game. So I thought I liked her sassiness. What'd you think?
I agree with you. I loved how they first met. It was funny because she had to go over there to give the hat that his nephew left. And the whole time he's thinking that this is an interview for her to be the nanny. So I thought their encounter was really cute. But yeah, with her character, Sophie, she's a businesswoman, but I think what makes her different and stands out compared to some of the other businesswomen that we see in Hallmark is she just has a family sense to her already. Like sometimes people come across really cold and then they get into the family structure.
Right.
I think with these two characters, they naturally just had that loving family instinct. It's just them two together. They brought it on each other, I think, and they realized really what they wanted.
Right. Well, when we saw Sophie even going to stay with her grandma because of her hurt foot, I think a lot of other Hallmark characters in the past, like you're saying, a little bit more cold, probably wouldn't drop everything. And she did get a break from work, I guess, but to still be there for her family is when you knew that was the type of person she was, hardcore. So I would agree with that statement.
Yeah. And what I like about this movie the most is Sophie actually was starting to get to know Troy, David's nephew, first before getting to know him. And
I always say that's key. Anytime you see someone connecting with the kids, I'm like, it's only a matter of time because that's like the first heartstring getting good with the kids, and then you're good.
It is. She just did it so naturally. Like, oh, let's have him come here with my grandmother. I'll help him with his audition for the theater play that he's doing. Like she was just always
so cute,
volunteering. I know. And he was just like, sure, because he had a lot of stuff to do with his company trying to launch a new app that's happening. But I think it was really great that she took the initiative to say, hey, let's just have your nephew join us for the day. And it just came out so like it wasn't forced or anything. Yeah. And I thought that was great.
David felt that too, because you can see he feels a little bit guilty, and as one probably should if you kind of feel like you're putting your child on someone to be responsible for, but Sophie very much wanted to help out, and it was great that Troy wasn't an annoying kid. He was just like fun to be around.
I know.
Some kids are a lot of work, and Troy seemed like a good one.
Yeah, he's kind of like your perfect child that you would want.
Right, the picture a perfect Christmas, perfect child.
Yes.
And that did bring me back to doing Christmas plays as a little kid. I fully did those every single year, and it made me just so nostalgic thinking about those old times, and it is really sweet to see kids do that.
Yeah, me too. I played a snowman in my Christmas play when I was in the 4th grade. So it was awesome. Those are like the best. And that's what got me at the ending. That's why I kind of started tearing up a little bit. Cause
Chelsie, tell them what you did at the end of the movie.
I did. I texted Haley. I was like, Haley, I'm kind of getting emotional at the end of this movie. Are you? She's like, no.
Which is funny because I cry a lot at movies. But
Yeah.
I think because Hallmark is, I just know there's going to be a happy ending. I don't know. Something in me already programs me to know that it's going to be fine.
Yeah,
But I know they were happy tears. They were like good sentimental
They
tears.
were good tears because I loved how she said, okay, I can book this job, but I can never replace not seeing Troy in this play.
Real talk.
So cute.
And that's like very clear where her priorities are too, right?
Yeah.
She knows what's the most important thing, and it goes to show how much of a connection she'd made with their family in the short amount of time where she would put aside her career for essentially someone else's family.
Yep.
They kind of just became official, and she's doing this, so kind of a big risk, but it just also goes to show how much of a 2019 Hallmark movie this is with him working on an app.
Yes.
That was not our traditional Christmas movies. No one was creating a new app. So I liked that incorporation there.
Yeah, me too. Because normally, just even within the past couple of years, if you look at a Hallmark movie and they're just doing like the business part of it, it's just like all on paper and it's like, oh, we have to launch this with the store. But I think the only Hallmark movie that really was talking about an app just recently was Mingle All the Way that came out last year. It was a dating app, and that's how they two met.
Right.
So it's kind of cool that Hallmark is now getting modern. I think it was really great with Troy and Sophie that Sophie was developing feelings for David, but I liked how she said, no, I can't pursue this relationship because it wouldn't be fair for Troy, because I feel like I wouldn't be able to be there for him and be part of his family. And I thought that was great that she put Troy first before her feelings for David. What do you think on that?
It just, I think, again, goes to show how much of a caring person she really is, that she knows that if she wants a certain life, does it mesh into someone else's life? And there's a lot more involved when a child's feelings are involved, especially because they become attached. And you know, this kid lost his parents. He's going through even a hard enough transition, just adjusting to this new life with his uncle now, to get attached to someone new and potentially have them walk out of their life is a big risk. So the fact that she was even thinking of that is just another reason to really root for her character. But what did you think about her boyfriend? I knew from the very beginning that guy was not going to last.
Yeah, Brent was not a fan of him, especially, you know, it always seems like the boyfriends always come when, you know, these two characters that are meant to be like in a moment, like they were hugging, and of course that's when Brent decides to show up and say, hey, I'm here.
I will say, if every breakup could be that calm, how much better would things be? That was the chillest breakup. He was just like, yep, yeah, we're done. Okay, I get it. And that was so calm.
And it was so soon, because she was telling her grandmother a couple nights ago, give it a chance. You know, it's only been 6 months. We're still trying to get to know each other. And then suddenly, right when he's there, she's like, yeah, you know, you're going to be out of town and you're on your business trip. And I just don't feel like we have that connection. Like, she did a quick turnaround within like a few days.
Well, you know what's funny is a lot of these characters, they seem to have this epiphany, this light bulb moment of, oh, I'm in love with this person. Of course, the audience is knowing this all along.
Yes.
But have you ever been shocked so drastically by your own feelings? I feel like I feel like if someone has been around this whole time, maybe I could deny on the surface, but in my heart, I would know I'm starting to develop feelings. And it seems like they don't recognize they have any feelings at all, and then one day they realize they're in love. It's like, whoa, didn't see that one coming.
I've lusted many times. Like, you know, if I see like a drop dead gorgeous guy, I'm like, oh my gosh, we're meant to be. Look, you know, he's so good looking, clearly. But I will say, in the past year, guys that I normally wouldn't go for, because we had such great conversations, I'm now starting to develop feelings for them.
But you can feel yourself along the way, though.
Yeah, I can. And normally, because sometimes if I fall really hard. But yeah, a few guys who I met this year, I would say like it's been like a slow transition. Like each conversation between us gets better and better. And before, I just only thought of us over just friends, you know?
Yeah, I could see that. I guess I would just realize that oh no, I am starting to like you, but these characters just seem to be, oh, I never saw you that way at all, and one day I'm in love.
I know.
They don't seem to
Okay, yeah, now I see what you're...
confront.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Confront the feeling.
Now I know what you're saying. Like, one day it's like, oh, we know each other. And it's like, oh, I have feelings for you.
Oh, it was you all along.
Oh.
Now I'm in love with you.
But that's Hallmark,
But we're
right?
over here like, yeah.
Yes, of course, we knew it all along. And the grandmother knew it all along, too.
That family members, our checklist,
yes, our
fits perfectly with that one.
Yep, she fits our checklist. She kept pushing them together the whole time, and...
When she sent her over to return the hat, that was the very first move where you knew Grandma she was the love connection. She had something up her sleeve.
And then right when Sophie came back, the grandmother's like, oh, by the way, David's single. She's like, what's that supposed to mean? She's like, I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out
like
there.
My grandma, every time I go home, are you single, seeing anyone? I'm like, Nana, not now.
Yeah, she's like my second grandmother. She lives in Orange County, but it's so cute. She's trying to get help with her phone. So she always goes into Apple because working an iPhone is like a puzzle for her. And, you know,
sometimes I get confused with using the app update.
Me too. I'm right there with her. But it's funny because she will go into the Apple store and then she starts showing them my Instagram. She has an Instagram. And she's so cute. And she starts showing them all of my pictures. And she's like, yeah, this is Chelsie. And she's just so great. And she's single. And I mean, if you ever want to come by, you know, I'll be more than happy to introduce you two together. I'm just like, I love you, but you got to stay out of my love life.
You're like in the corner, like,
Stop it.
Amazing.
So, yeah, it's the grandmother reminded me of her. What did you think of, though, that twist with the ex-girlfriend and realizing that she was engaged when David and her went on that date? Did that throw you?
A little bit. My intention, I thought her intention was that she was going to want to get back with him, the way they kind of set it up.
Yeah.
So let's meet separately, da-da-da-da. But I was very happy to know that she wasn't going to be a threat. I liked the introduction, make Sophie a little jealous, and then get her out of there.
Yeah. I like that too, because sometimes they drag it on a little bit. It's like so predictable where, okay, his ex now comes and then they're going to figure out if they belong together or not. And then her ex comes and, you know, so forth. But I liked how they just kind of cut it saying, hey, you know.
And that was another example of a good date. Someone it doesn't work out, but you can still make each other better and move on and find the person you're supposed to be with. I like to see that exes don't have to hate each other. I feel like that's always kind of sad when they can't even, you know, be in the same room, depending on how it ends, obviously. But
right. Do you think there's some exes that you could be that cool with?
I'm actually friends with all my exes. I've only had, you know, a couple boyfriends in high school, so I haven't had a really serious relationship. I think that could be the difference. There was more puppy love, but I'm actually pretty happy to say that any guy that, you know, I thought I was like in love with at the time, I got older and realized that, you know, that wasn't real love, but we're friends. So
that's awesome. That's
like
the
being
best.
able to have good relationships with people that were in my life at all, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
Hopefully
say
it stays that way.
I hope it stays that way too. I'm cordial with my exes. Like, you know, there's one. I'm not like friends with them, but you know, I think if we saw each other, we'd just say, "Hey, what's up?" But it's not like there's any bad blood between us or anything.
Yeah, I think that's the difference, depending on the circumstances of how it ends. Obviously, some people you might never want to see again, and that could be that. But if it's on a mutual term, I think it's always nice to be on better terms with someone than not.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and well, this movie obviously clearly showed that, but that is Picture a Perfect Christmas.
Picture a Perfect Christmas.
Yeah.
Ending up in Switzerland together.
Yes, they end up in Switzerland. I just have to say that's...
Well, he said he would go. We didn't see them in Switzerland, but one can assume.
That's a quick turnaround, though, because, they are getting to know each other, but then he's like, oh, I'm going to go to Switzerland, and we're going to bring Troy along. It's going to be good.
Let's do it. Should we do our checklist and see what lines up?
Before we get into our checklist, though, let's tell the fans some exciting news here at AfterBuzz TV.
Okay, so we just want to let you know before we move on to our next topic that you guys make us the ESPN of TV talk. So we actually need your help to continue to grow. Obviously, that support is what we're looking for. So if you're on YouTube right now, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. If you're on iTunes, please give us a 5-star rating in the spirit of the holidays. But no matter where you are, leave us a comment so you can get involved with the conversation, watch those Hallmark movies with us, let us know what you're thinking. And being a part of AfterBuzz TV, it just means so much to all of us. So we truly appreciate your support. Don't forget to tell your family, friends, get everyone involved, and keep enjoying the shows.
Thank you, Haley. All right, our checklist. Let's see. The first one we have is denial of the relationship, family influence the relationship, deadline, attempted first kiss, one character successful, amazing Christmas decorations in the house, conflict, and then, of course, a happy ending. I feel... Now, was there... Yeah, there was an attempted first kiss. That's right, after he... went ice skating and they got done eating dinner, and then he was just telling her, you know, how great she was and stuff. They kind of leaned in, but then she pulled back a little bit. Wouldn't that be the attempted first kiss?
I would say so. Anytime you feel that chemistry, I'm like, that's enough of a moment for me.
Right. Denial of the relationship. I feel like that's always in there, because she even told her grandmother, no.
And I have a boyfriend.
Yes.
Da-da-da.
And we were in two different states.
And they even, what I like too, is both characters realized that the grandma was trying to push it on, and they're like, okay, you know, we'll tell her to back off. They both address that we're not in oblivious land here. We see what she's doing.
Yeah, I think that's why I like this movie so much, because it's not
realistic.
Yeah, it's more realistic. Family influence, of course, the grandmother. The deadline, not so much a deadline, but
missing Christmas
deadline. And he had a deadline with his app, though. I forgot about that, because he was trying to launch that app, and she was the inspiration for that.
Yeah,
so I think
and he was a lot of the reasons that he couldn't be around, because he needed to go do work to meet this deadline.
Yes. They're both successful, so
I liked that too, that they both were go-getters in their own ways.
Me too.
They did have amazing Christmas decorations.
They did.
I
noticed that too. Conflict, of course, the boyfriend, the ex, that she thought that they were going to get back together, and then
potentially missing Christmas.
Yes, with her job for photography, going to Switzerland early. And I liked how her agent, too, was really supportive as well.
Yeah.
I felt like a little bit. Towards the end, she's like, you know what? We'll see if we could push this back. She wasn't too hard on her.
I like seeing, even now, companies or agents of any kind really, obviously business is important. You want to make the money, but seeing a company support their employees in the fact that they want them to be with their families, to me, is how you know it's beyond just business. It's a family, it's a community. So I like to even see that reflected in film.
Yep, me too. And then the happy ending, of course, is them getting together at the very end, and them possibly all going to Switzerland together.
Off to Switzerland, guys.
Off to Switzerland, where there's great chocolate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
well, let's get into our gift-giving ideas, Haley.
Gift ideas? Okay, guys. So, what we're going to do for this one is, towards our ladies, or really any guys out there, if you've got long hair, sometimes you just need something to throw on around the house, and something quick and cheap, and something you might not mind really getting face cream on. And this is just basically a $5 kind of hair scarf that you can just keep your hair back. And Chelsie and I were just talking about, let me see what the actual name of this is. This is the set of 5 solid color, 100% cotton Turby hair bands. You can get them from QVC. $5 each, and as you can see, there's a lot of fun little colors to play with. And Chelsie and I were just talking about how it's so important to keep your hair back when you're sleeping now. So this could be the ultimate keep everything together for you. You don't really have to think about it. Throw it on before bed. And in these cold winter months we got coming up, it'll keep you warm at night.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, because our hair gets everywhere when we sleep. So this will be
nice little stocking stuffer, just something cute that someone who has, you know, long hair, or any girlfriends in your life, great gift.
Great gift, and it's cheap, $5. It's a good.
You cannot argue with a nice $5 deal.
No, good stocking stuffer. Thank
with
you.
With the chocolate. You know?
With the chocolates.
So yeah, that's that one of this week.
Okay, thank you, Haley. Be sure to check that one out. And I love QVC, so my mom loves QVC. She gets everything.
You go down the rabbit hole though, and you're like, I need 8 of these.
Yeah, I know. I see. That's why I have a hard time watching QVC, because I end up buying everything, because they make it sound so good. You have a good sale, and before you know it, you have 5 things, and
before you know it, you're hooked.
You're hooked in there. But all right, before we leave, Haley, where can they find you on social media?
So guys, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at HeyJ, HAYJ_.
And you could find me on Instagram at Chelsie Overocker. That's Chelsie with an IE. And on Twitter at Chels Overocker. Twitter. All right.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. And we'll see you next time with the next movie. Bye.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me...